Yo, appreciate y'all. Thanks for tapping in. This is Why You Bullshitting. And I'm your host, Zachary Brown. It's brought to you by the already canceled Social Club, as you know. And you've seen it. Today, man, I just want to jump right into it, man. I want to go over why is it modern women don't really respect men? And that's most modern women in general, I believe, don't respect a majority of men. And so break down some of these clips, man. This is something I've just been seeing. Hold on, let me share the screen with y'all. This is something I've been seeing, and it's been kind of like getting to me. So let's see. Let's go into this. I was waiting for some people to join, but I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Hopefully everybody join up. We're gonna go ahead and jump into it.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products. It's Amazon's other company, Auto.
Excuse my ads.
On April 12th, 2023, police pulled over a woman after running her plate and finding out it was suspended.
Stay in the car.
What are you putting me up for?
It shows you're suspended.
I'm not suspended. I just sent out a check. I'm not
Okay, let me see your driver's license. Let me see your driver's license.
It's nothing to see, bro. It's nothing to see.
Let me see your
I'm going
driver's
to call
license.
my case manager because I just sent out that fucking
Your driver's license and proof of insurance.
Do
you have your driver's license and proof of insurance?
Yes, I do, but you just pulled me
over. May I
over.
see it?
What's your reason for pulling me over?
You feel the signal go around the truck and
No, I
it shows you're
didn't.
suspended.
No, I didn't. You just lied. Watch out.
No.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm closing my door.
Conducting a traffic stop.
Okay, but you didn't know, bro. Watch out. Let me close my door.
No, you're not closing.
Let me close my door. You're doing.
Do you have your driver's license? Yes.
What do you need my driver's license for?
I'm conducting a traffic stop.
Well,
that's why. I need to identify who you are. What's your name then? Since you don't have your driver's license.
Who told you I didn't have my driver's license? You just passed.
You haven't produced it.
I don't have to produce it with anything.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I put it over to get gas. Out of my face.
This is a traffic stop.
I didn't plan on stopping it, y'all, but this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna just keep going, but this is ridiculous. This is out of order. I mean, I was trying to because I know how these stops can go. I've been on some bad end of stops without doing shit or saying shit wrong. So I kind of wanted to have that mind state coming in, but shit, the homie said, check out the police stop clips. And I said, all right, I'm gonna check them out. But my God, this is what I got.
I don't care what it is. I don't care. I don't care.
To me. Understand that.
I don't care. I don't.
If you don't identify yourself, I'm gonna arrest you.
You're not arresting anything. What the like?
Sure about that.
What did you just do? What did you just do? Is this car not in my name? Is it?
I have no idea who you are.
Okay, well, I'm trying to get in contact with who I need to get in contact with because I have just sent out some papers, so yeah.
Put the phone away.
What are you telling me to put the phone away for? And I'm telling you I'm calling my case
manager. I don't care who you're calling.
No, because
I need to identify you. Put the phone away. Do you have ID or not?
Yes, I do.
I need to see your ID.
Okay, well,
if you don't show me your ID, I will arrest you.
Well, can you shut my door?
No.
I'm about to keep calling until I get a hold of somebody because they just sent the check out to me. There's nothing for me to tell you. I can give you a piece of paper to tell you that they sent the check out, but there's nothing else that I can get you.
Okay, well, I need to see your ID. Is that what you're getting, your ID?
No.
Huh?
No.
Unless you're getting your ID, quit reaching around the car. Last chance. Come over.
I'm telling you, I'm providing you with my information. That's it. Like,
do you have your ID or not?
Yes, I do, but get the back. Like, you're like, I'm a fear for my life. I'm a black woman. You're always shooting. I'm trying to call my
quit reaching around the car.
Did you just not tell me to provide you with my ID? Yes or no?
You fear for your life, but that's how you yelling at people? Oh, my goodness. I mean, sorry about, man.
Yes or no?
Minutes.
Yes or no, right?
Where is it?
Yes or no?
Where is
Yes or no? Exactly. I'm looking for my You're tripping.
Okay, I don't want you looking around the car. Why don't you just give me your info?
Indian, go ahead. Call away.
Put your
phone
phone away.
I'm not putting my phone away because I'm calling my case manager. I'm not putting anything away. That's going to tell me I can't call and make a phone call.
What's your name?
India. Like I just said, India. And I try to provide you with paper. You act like you
stop reaching around.
Step out
I'm looking for my ID. Just told me.
Now I'm ordering you out of the car. Get out of the car. Get out.
All right, watch out.
Get out of the car.
All right, get out. Watch out. Watch out. So I can lock the door and get out and put my keys in the car.
Get out of the car.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you grabbing me? You see this? Why are you grabbing me? Bro, I'm trying to call my case manager. Why are you grabbing me? Bro, watch out. Why are car. You
Step
grabbed me.
out.
I'm trying to call my case.
I don't know what's in that car, and I don't want you
It's
reaching
nothing in
around.
this car, bro. I'm homeless. What are y'all doing?
Over here.
Bro, this annoying, bro. What are you you still
Step
touching me and I'm not
to
touching
the back
you,
of the
bro.
car.
Watch out. I'm trying to. Watch out. Please stop touching me, bro. Please stop grabbing me up. This shit is insane. Watch out, bro. I'm trying to
Sergeant Edward Ring from the New Jersey Edgewater Police Department responded to the scene of a motor vehicle accident involving a Tesla on River Road. He was the first to arrive on scene, and he observed a 2022 Tesla Model Y with massive damages and airbag deployment. He made contact with the driver, who was later identified as Priscilla. As he moved the airbags and asked Priscilla to exit the vehicle, he smelled the odor of alcohol. Sergeant Ring tried to speak to her multiple times, but Priscilla became extremely pissed and irate, becoming more uncooperative, and asked for a lawyer.
Why am I still sitting here?
I just
I
explained
don't
it
care.
to you. You want to get loud?
I don't
I'll
care.
get
I
loud.
don't care.
On April 20th, 2022, officers were dispatched to a neighborhood following reports of a fight during which a woman allegedly threw a brick through a window. Upon arrival, the officers immediately recognized the woman from previous encounters.
Yes, you.
Here, just back up. Go back there. I'll talk to you guys in a second, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going on?
I'm pregnant.
Oh, Jesus,
Like,
Allah.
yeah. Can you please come to my window, please? Please, sir.
Why is it always something with
I
you,
don't know,
Allah?
bro. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm not your bro. We've been
I
over this.
apologize.
It's always something with you, Allah.
Yeah, it can always be something.
Can you turn your windshield wipers off? No,
I'm
you're
gonna
fine.
laugh, Bobby.
Can you stop? Get in the car, Allah.
Yeah.
Get in the
Yeah, my
car.
mic was muted.
Shut up and get in the car, Allah.
Like, bro, everyone
Shut
thinks
your
this
door.
shit is a joke,
Shut
bro.
your car
Everyone
door.
thinks this shit is a joke, bro.
Is your car in park?
Yes, it
Can
is.
you just wait here for a minute? I'll come back and talk to you when you calm down. So who here is messing with Allah?
No, anybody was her. You see my windshield? She broke that.
Why'd she do that?
Because she's delusional.
She think I was doing something with her. This is my cousin's girlfriend.
Are you and Allah together?
Nah, she pregnant.
Okay.
So she thought it was something else. She comes over, breaks her windshield, those two rocks right there.
Well, how'd they end up back over there?
Because we took out the
So
windshield.
that's what the car was. And she was talking about coming messing up again. So
Y'all heard it. I heard it. Baby mama drama. So she had a baby by this dude. Obviously, he didn't want to be with her. She didn't vet him. Obviously, he seen some red flags. She crazy than a motherfucker. And he passed that shit up for good smackings. Them good smackings that do that to you. Man, y'all got to turn down some of them good smackings. I know hard for you for you to do or me to say when I didn't turn down a lot of them, but man, we got to turn down them smackings.
I had to pull it in the garage. Dude got cameras right there at the house. He said he had sent me the videotape. Then she called me again and said she was about to come and bust my truck window.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stay tuned as we attempt to commune with the devil.
That's what we're not doing.
Right here. So basically just waiting for the thing. And
Facts, A4.
she tried to get her money back, and she started doing all this and that, and that's what happened. I just didn't want my shit getting broke, so I pulled back up because she like, I'm about to come break your shit. I pull up, she coming around the corner.
She's still living at her mom's with Huda. Right. No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not.
I gotta go. You can come talk to me or I gotta go. I'm not being arrested. I'm not being detained. So I have over. Give me my money. Give me my money.
You tell the police you're not being arrested or detained. I gotta go. I'm
In all the
leaving.
years you've dealt with me, when have you telling me what to do ever worked?
And I'm not trying to tell you what
No,
to
you
do.
are.
Okay, I apologize. I'll sit here and listen to you. I understand. I admit my
Get out of the
mistakes.
car and let's talk.
I don't want to get out the car. Can we just talk like this?
Get out of the car and let's talk. You were already out of the car screaming and yelling at me.
Right. I'm not going to say it doesn't matter. I'm just trying to get the out of here.
How'd the window get broken?
I don't know. The right there in the gray jogging
Okay,
suit.
don't say that again.
I'm sorry. The guy in the gray jogging suit.
The
is my
nigga in the
baby
gray
dad.
sweatpants, my
Okay,
baby
I don't
daddy.
know.
That's why I picked
Nobody
them
else
gray
other than the guy
sweatpants.
in the black one who's the brother. I don't know nobody else over there.
Okay.
Okay, and I wasn't over here. I was with her. We were at the grocery store. I've been with her son. I left my baby dad's house yesterday night. He dropped me off. I have messages.
I don't need all that. How'd the window get broken?
I don't know her. I have no idea.
Why is
That's all. You ain't lying. You been tagging
No one
bad.
was over
Put the back of that FedEx truck like it was a morgue van.
So when I go watch this video, because apparently one of the neighbors says video,
Go
so I
ahead.
can watch
Watch the video. Watch the video, sir. Go
You're
ahead.
not going to be.
No, I'm not trying to be like that. Go ahead.
Why is it like this every time I deal with you?
Because, bro,
I'm
The
not
smacking.
your
I'm
bro.
a f***ed up individual, if that's what you call it.
Well, you can't stay out of trouble.
Yes, I can. I've been out of trouble.
Yeah, okay.
Since I turned 18, my record's clean. I have not been in trouble, so.
But you're always dealt up in drama.
My Lord. Crickets.
And it's bullshit, Allah. It's bullshit. You're always dealt up in some bullshit.
I know, trust me. I'm not trying to use it as an excuse. It's because, I don't know. I'm not going to make no excuses.
I thought you were moving out of state.
This nigga said, I thought you was getting out of here.
why'd you
Police
come
want
back?
you out his hair, dog.
Because I had kids here. Yeah, I don't know that.
Stop.
I don't know that.
Allah, stop. Stop.
No, because I'm not about to keep on getting blamed for something and go watch the video. Like, I'm not about to keep getting blamed for something I didn't do, period, point blank. Like,
When has you talking to me this way ever
never
gone
got me
your way?
anywhere. It doesn't get me
No
nowhere. and I
shit, it
don't
doesn't
care.
get.
I'm gonna tie it back in later, but can you imagine this your woman and you in a conversation with her? Like, how you receiving this conversation, bro?
Get you
I don't
anywhere.
care. Like, I don't care. Fuck, I don't care. Like, it's up. I don't care, bro. Like, I should be dead or in jail, to be honest, bro. I don't want to be here. Like,
Then why do you keep coming back?
I don't know. I got kids to take care of. Literally. That no one else will take care of. So it's my responsibility.
They're
I
your
don't
children. Who
put-
do you
and I
want
don't
to
put
take
it- I
care of
don't
them?
put it on nobody else, so I take care of them.
They're your children.
Of
Yes,
course.
you're supposed to take
You
care of
told me,
them.
why do I come back? I'm telling you why I come back to take care of my children. You asked me a question, I answered.
God, you are such a smartass. Every time I deal with you,
I know,
you are
but-
such a smartass.
Okay.
Even the times I've helped you, you've been nothing but a smartass to me.
You've not, never mind, I'm not going to say you never helped me. All right.
Yeah, because you know that's a
I know,
lie.
that's why I stabbed myself. I know. I'm just a disappointment. I don't know why I'm like this.
You still living with your mom?
Chat, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
No.
Where are you living?
I live over there on.
With who?
What do you mean with who?
With who?
My brother. Trying to act
14
tough.
to
Used to
15.
get her ass
Can you
beat at. Trying to act tough as.
Oh,
Yeah. Trying to act tough as.
So you've been injured in a recent car accident and you want to get a major check like this right here. Here's what you're going to do. Use this app. It's called.
Used to get her ass beat on that.
I know.
Literally. Trying to act tough.
Can you shut up?
because she is though. Like, let's be real.
Police had to say,
What am
"Get
I
you
waiting
shut
for?
up."
They know. They know.
Good looking A4.
Because right now I'm investigating a possible crime where you broke a window. So you are not free to go.
Okay, so
And it is a courtesy. I have not put you in handcuffs while I
Facts.
investigate this.
okay, well, what you want to put me in handcuffs? Like, is that what you're saying?
Bro, why are you always such
That's how you.
Like, why am
Oh
I
my
still
god.
sitting here?
I just
I
explained
don't
it to
care.
you.
He first. I would have been frustrated too.
I'll get loud.
Facts.
None of that shit. I'm used to that shit. I don't
No
care.
shit you're used to
Yes,
it.
I don't
Because
care.
you can't stay out of trouble.
I don't care.
You think you got it all figured
I don't
out.
care. I know I
I got a sound for that.
don't. It's the difference. I know
Get
I
out of the
don't.
car. Get out of the car.
He done, bro. He
I'll get
done.
out of the car
It's a
and
wrap.
dragging
What
you
am
out
I
of the
getting
car.
out the car for?
Because you're under arrest.
Are you being serious right
I'm
now?
100% serious.
Can I at least call my family
No.
and tell them?
You can call them when you're booked in.
Are you being serious
Let's
right
go.
now?
Let's go.
You're being serious right
Yes,
now?
get out of the
What
car.
am I- okay, yes, sir, but what
Get
am I-
out of the car. I'm dragging you out of the car.
Hold on, take my wallet. Please make sure it gets to my house safe. That has all my money. Yes, can you please make sure my stuff gets to it safe?
I'm sorry. I'm laughing. No, I'm not sorry. That shit funny.
Nope, give me your
Oh,
phone.
Go ahead, get off of me. Take this shit. Get off of me. Like, damn, huh? Oh, don't drag me. I'm a girl.
feisty hyena.
Bro,
Stop.
no, bro. No, bro.
He told you you're going to jail. You know how it works. You can cuss, put on, and sit in the car. But no, you want to what? What you doing? Oh my God.
Stop. Then stop.
Oh, now you
fighting.
pray. Oh, she did say that was her baby daddy.
You have 46 steps up. Get us 32 also. Stop. Ridiculous, Ala. Every time.
Can you please put me in cuffs and get off my shit like that? My stomach is leaking.
She cuffed up. Why? Why, fellas? We're going to try to break it down and then mine through it a little bit. Push to the limit, and every time, now I need a little pressure. You're being too hard. Can you release the cuffs? All right, let me try to mine through this shit. And we're going to bring Kyrie in. I see Kyrie here in the back. Anybody in the chat, if y'all want to jump on the panel, you can have your camera on or off. Just hit the link at the top. Feel free to jump up and join the discussion. That's what we're here for. We're going to walk through this shit. Let's walk it down. So like I was saying, if they talk to the police like that, my guy, your relationship chances of getting some solid respect is slim, especially if you're not a respectable person. So that's why we teach men, go ahead, raise your value. And it's not only financially, but be able to set boundaries and have confidence to do just that. Set your boundaries and hold them, though. All right, hold the line, fellas. Hold the fucking line. So now, it's three things in the conversation you're going to hear, and it's going to come up. It's delusion. You're also going to hear the media programming, and the obvious is they get less time for the same crime. Like with us, is you do the time, you're going to serve that motherfucking crime for sure. I mean, you do the crime, you're going to serve that time for sure. All right, so the Disney I'm the prize theory is fucked it up. You know what I mean? So it's like, where's my prince indoctrination? So it got our little girls from small looking for men to have a certain level of protection for them at any cost, no matter what they do. And the no matter what they do is when they tell boys, no matter what, don't hit a woman. But I won't only just say that. They tell you to keep your hands to yourself. So as a youngster, I was taught, bro, keep your hands to yourself and definitely don't hit women. But then at the same time, it's a mind fuck because they tell you if somebody hit you, hit them back. So it was hard to navigate that shit. And that's some of the things that I think that men have to navigate through, where women already understand that there's a line that they can push. But it seems like they tend to go beyond that line, especially now if you're doing it with authority and shit like that. So now men, it's a fact. Men been getting the buffalo nickels slapped out of them since before cowboy movies, straight up on film, movies, in the streets. Like you'll see a female attack a guy and the guy will be laughing. Guys will be laughing at him and females will be like, well, what did he do? He must have did something. So it's like, it's a double standard. Men, we understand there's double standards in the world, some that don't benefit us and some that do. And the ones that do are the ones that really irk females the most. But hey, it is what it is. Now, verbal aggression or verbal abuse precedes all forms of physical violence or physical abuse. That's just my opinion. Like I said, so we're going to mine through this conversation, and I would like to get some of you guys' opinions in the chat, and you can also come up and talk about it because it's a nuanced conversation, of course. I'm just breaking down where I've ended up at the end of the road because I've been walking it down for a little while. And the reason why I say a majority of the DV is committed by women is the verbal abuse precedes the physical abuse, of course. And then look at the DV rates amongst lesbian couples that are highest amongst any couple group. And that's heterosexual couples. And then lowest is male couples, gay couples. They're the lowest. So that's what that is. And one thing I wanted to say, I think I forgot about saying was, watching the TV and all of that and all the media programming that's been allowed for women to get away with slapping men and promoting women to slap men and you know, men just take it on the chin, turn the other cheek, so to speak. It just empowers them to disrespect the natural order and the natural nature of things as far as, you know, men and women. And I'm not talking about gender roles and shit, just the natural order and hierarchy of that. So, all right. And the last thing I want to say is my suggestion to a solution would be the kryptonite, which would be start holding women accountable. I'm not saying gel them overly excessively because it's not necessary, I don't think, but definitely be held accountable and make them serve them lesser penalty sentences that they do have anyway. Make them own up to those. I'm gonna open up the panel right now. I think I got Kyrie in the back. Let me see here. We're gonna bring Kyrie up. Yeah, I got Kyrie right here.
How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How you doing, bro?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for having me.
That's right. Well, you've seen the clips and everything. What you think so far about what was going on and what you've seen?
Well, you know, that was of course just completely unacceptable behavior. I mean, there definitely was a level of entitlement going on where she felt like there was not going to be a physical altercation no matter how bad her behavior had gotten, and that is definitely indicative of something that I don't know is widespread, but it's definitely in this situation was being exercised. Now, I think that the cop wasn't being 100% professional, but he was being as patiently as he possibly could, you know.
In which
And
situation?
I'm sorry,
In which situation?
in the situation in the situation where he was trying to, figure out who had broken the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, finish.
No. And so yeah, it's a situation where I'm not sure how, like, I think that anybody who sees that should recognize that as she has a problem. And I think people who are trying to defend that behavior are being very disingenuous because, you know, you can't operate with any kind of authority like that.
Right.
There's no authority in your life that you could operate with like that. Man, boss, anything, you know?
Do you think that had anything to do with why the relationship with the baby father, like it seems like she's still pregnant and no more than a few months and they're not together. So do you think that had anything to do?
Absolutely. I'm sure that's not the first time that he's witnessed that behavior from her. And that's a red flag, you know. You know, there's times when unfortunately a child is brought into a situation, but that does not mean that you should enable that woman's behavior and try to build a family with a person who clearly has some extremely self-destructive behavior.
Fact, I totally agree with that. I wanted to say the cop kind of knew what he was dealing with her because he said overall the year. So I think that's why he was a little
Yeah.
unprofessional. but he gave her the leeway. But you're right, because he got mad when he started yelling back at her, but he got mad at that point. So that's why I was saying he did get a little mad, but I would have been put her in cuffs. She would have been in cuffs from the pull up, just like me or you would have been.
And beyond just clearly she's got some major ideology issues she's got to address, but a lot of people I find are suffering from just undiagnosed developmental issues. One that I see is really popular that goes unaddressed, especially women, is obstinate defiance syndrome, and that's when under stressful situations, the only response they have is obstinance, is to be contradictory rather than even doing anything. Like, you don't have to respect authority to do what's in your best interest. She was clearly acting outside of her own best interest. It wasn't even about respecting that man. You don't have to respect him to understand that now you're just gonna get beat up.
That's good that you said that. What's the name of that again? Name that again.
Obstinate defiance syndrome.
Wow, that's good. That was good. Because that's what I see a lot. Just when I watch a lot of panel shows, when I watch different discussions, and even when I see some couples that come on YouTube and they mine out some of their couple problems and relationship problems, even though they move past them, there was always a point where that situation would occur. And I was like, damn, don't they know it's for their best interest to actually do X, Y, or Z? And it's just like they don't see it. And, I've had that problem even with my daughter. I try to tell her, like, you can't even pump fake, play fake just to get by. Like, she won't do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, I definitely understand that could be a big part of it. Let me see here if we got anybody.
And just not so it doesn't go unsaid, she put that baby in danger if she really was pregnant. That was wild, And I know women get hormonal and they become more difficult to deal with their emotions, but you gotta operate better than that when you're pregnant.
Man, Johnny Vogel, I feel you. FTP with capitals.
For real.
But tell me what, you would have been in cuffs, bro. All right, let's go. Let me see. We got some more comments.
Mm-hmm.
My boy 14. A lot of females are on You not lying. I think the first one could have been on medication. That's why I ain't really tapped in on her so much, because she's homeless. She was talking about calling her caseworker. So she might have been on medication or needed medication, even if she wasn't. So even if she wasn't on it, you got that one tapped in on something I missed. She might actually have needed that medication.
And not for nothing, a very widespread medication that women are on is birth control, and that messes with a woman's hormones, and that will have them operating under very difficult mental stress.
Yeah, that does something to them. All right, let's see. Thanks. Good looking, Dark Green. What up, though? Anybody got anything they want to add to the conversation? Definitely feel free to jump in. Who we got in here? Got Slowpoke, 14. Takad, T84, one of the world's greatest producers, is in here. Johnny Vogel, one of the world's greatest MCs, is in here. All right, so what about the media programming? What part of that do you think is media programming? Because I think a lot of that's media programming. Like I said, man, niggas been getting Buffalo Nickel slapped up out of them since old black and white movies. And it's just,
I definitely think that it has an effect on it, for sure. I don't know if that's where it originates, but what it does is it enables these faulty mindsets to flourish. You know what I mean? People have bad ideas on their lonesome all the time. But what I do feel like that the media influence is that it does is that it makes them feel empowered to now take that to another level. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I think that, and I don't know which part of the media influences it, because there, I don't want to like shit on all female empowerment, but I think that something that comes along with the empowerment is agency. And so when you have agency in your life, you take responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, she's gonna have to now take responsibility for the consequences of those actions. And I think that's the part that a lot of women fail to understand when they feel empowered to do all this stuff and to behave this way. It's like if you want to be empowered to behave that way, sure, but there will now that you have agency, you are going to be held responsible for the consequences of those actions.
Facts. Good looking. Got my boy Johnny Voger in the back. Let me see if I can add him to the stage. Bring up Johnny Vizzle. Let me see.
What up?
What up?
Hey, yo,
Going
this is the
on.
first time I ever did this, Goo. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Glad you're here, brother. Glad you're here.
They got a chair section and all that.
Oh yeah. You know that was for the world champ with the red cup. Pull up. So what you think about the what we've been chopping up, mining through it?
What's good?
What you think so far about the clips? Just about the overall subject. Why do you think women have a problem with authority, or do you think women have a problem with authority? My bad. Don't let me put my views over on you. What you thinking? You good? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm hearing you like twice. What am I doing wrong?
Do you got the YouTube on still?
I'm not
Yeah,
supposed
check
to.
to see if you have two tabs open. I actually had that issue too. I was hearing echoes because I had two tabs open with it.
So yeah, so how do I do it? How do I get rid of it? I gotta close one of the tabs.
Yeah, just close one of them. Just keep the one open that you can see yourself in. That's the one that's live.
Yeah, that's the one I thought I had. I'm messing up, maybe.
Nah, generally, you probably should be okay. I know what you mean because when I go on from the iPhone, it automatically makes it right. So I know what you mean because it takes you out of YouTube into like the web thing.
All right, well, I can't see myself like live, but it's all good. I'll talk my shit.
Nah, you know what? Remove yourself, hit the X, and then come right back.
Oh, I know what's going on. All right, yeah, the YouTube one is still. I should just go with the streaming one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Got you. All right, we out of here. We're good. What's up, man?
Yeah.
All right. So far,
what's wrong with you? What you just want from a... No.
You should know how to use the technology, bro.
Bro, I don't do none of this tedious shit. None of it.
Oh,
That's why I don't be online like that.
You got workers to do shit for you.
I need workers. I don't have. I need workers to do it for me. I'm not very happy with my camera quality here. I don't really like that. I like your quality is nice.
I know, good looking crispy. I know my camera not too hot either.
Oh, freaky. What's the situation with that?
That's one of them webcams. I just upgraded. I'm not using the
okay.
The cam. You know what I'm saying on the laptop.
Oh, don't use this shit. Got me looking pasty as shit. But
y'all look good. And you know me, I got the lights and shit. You know, lights, camera, action time.
Oh shit, the microphone, all that. The setup looks wonderful.
But
all right, so let's talk these women. The problem with women is the same problem throughout history. It's accountability. It's not really anything else but accountability. We're dealing with a group of non-submissive women that don't have accountability, and that's a dangerous combination. You know what I'm saying? They don't take orders well from anyone. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a problem with authority in general, not just men. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Y'all not lying. I had a conversation with Legree the other day, and she was talking about working that problem out and just basically the advancement that she's had and just the confrontational shit, especially with men that aren't relevant really in her life. So, you know what I'm saying? I was proud of her on that. But so like we were talking about the media programming, and I think because this has been so many generations that it actually started to take effect, as well as I mean, were you raised Voger in your community like that, in your family, that don't hit girls? If somebody else hit you, hit them back. But other than that, basically keep your hands to yourself. If somebody hit you, hit them back as long as it ain't a girl.
For sure. But you know, the girls in my community were beating up the dudes. So they was aggressive back then. So yeah, you know what I mean?
I remember being raised not to hit girls, and growing up in school, I seen a couple of dudes get rocked by chicks.
What?
And that shit really shook my face. I'm talking about,
yeah.
yo,
Girl jumped
Yo,
on my head once when I was a youngster. I was like, God
bro,
damn, I want to knock this.
I'll never forget Prince
hold
Tina
on.
knocked out Marvin. I was like, what?
Hold up.
Marvin had to come back extra hard, like, nah, B, nah, can't let this go down like that.
Look, I'm
Women
gonna
are very aggressive.
I'm gonna
Women are
make it
very
3 for 3.
violent and aggressive these days. You know what
I'm
I'm
gonna make it 3 for 3. I got bum rushed and like she tried to slap me, but when I moved, it was like a scratch, and I had fucking fingernails marks all on my neck. So I hit
But
her
if
with
you
the,
tell somebody it's an issue.
no, it was in front of everybody. It was in the class walking out of class. So she did that shit. I hit her with the Heisman from Errol Campbell, nigga. She flew
It's reflexive when someone hits you to hit them back, dog. That's the hard part, man. It takes a lot of self-control, especially when women are that aggressive. You know, like, and I'm definitely not saying that just because they're more aggressive, we should take up hitting chicks. I'm just saying, like, it creates a very difficult, like, social situation to deal with. You know what I mean? Like, yeah,
It's a dangerous game anytime you get hands involved because
yeah.
you know it starts growing and growing and growing. You get too comfortable with it. You gotta keep your hands to yourself at all times. That's the number
See, and
one.
that's the thing is when it comes to aggressive behavior like that, the only way to check it was kind of with equally aggressive behavior. Because if you ever seen someone acting aggressively, when you try to act passive around them, it don't work. They steamroll you. And
they turn
so
up. Yeah, they're gonna turn up. You calm
yeah,
down,
you know,
they turn up.
Yeah.
And so it's like I would prefer if women chose not to put men in a position to have to make that moral quandary, because the only way to genuinely address it is kind of with similarly aggressive behavior, you know, and in most
You
cases,
used to be able to
it's a
shake a bit. You
yeah,
can't
I
even
mean,
shake them.
Hey, you know what? I'm in my Sean Connery mindset. I don't know if y'all seen that Sean
yeah,
Connery video he had with Barbara Walters. That's
yeah,
where
he
I'm
don't
at with it.
play. Sean Connery don't play.
That's where I'm at with it. So y'all know, any of y'all out here, y'all see this clip, don't send me no DMs or no messages. I'm Sean Connery on it. Y'all look it up. Pause.
You know what I mean? And
Just stay
that is what it
away.
is.
You should stay away from all aggressive women because eventually it will backfire. And it's a lose-lose situation. You're gonna get yourself put in because the lack of accountability comes up again, and you're just gonna end up as on the short end of the stick every time. It doesn't matter, even if you was to call the police or something like.
Oh yeah, nah.
And they kind of bank on that too if they know you're not the type of guy.
Nah, as a black man, I would not recommend calling the police in a domestic dispute, because in all likelihood, if she chooses to lie when they get there, they gonna beat your ass. You know, they're not gonna treat you nice.
I wanted to mind in on what Vogel said. You was real with that one. So you got one of those for that. And
I got an applause and whatever that was.
Oh, I'm about to
my nigga.
That's what that was. But yeah, no. All right, so my bad, Kyrie. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just saying, you know, it's a situation where you don't want to be calling the police because it could end up not in your favor. You know, like if she chooses to lie when they get there, it's hard to, as a man, to be like, nah, she's turning up, she's doing, especially if she gets into her weepy tear stuff, it's a wrap for you, my guy.
It used to be hard. They got these things now called the smartphone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pulling them out. And that's what's saving a lot of men.
I feel softer than wet bread. I feel softer than wet bread. You gotta do it.
Hey, you gotta do it. Document that shit, pull it out, pause, record the shit.
Hey, listen, I'll sneak record that shit like, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, like even if I could just cast the audio, yo, you gotta relax, man. Because when they tell you the story, forget about telling police the story.
And then they
replay the story for you the next day.
And it's different. I don't remember none of that.
You feel like you weren't even there. Was I there?
She gotta go, boss. She gotta go, boss. Cause see, what happens is a lot of times, I wasn't smart enough. And I wasn't, I guess smart and knowledgeable is the same shit. I wasn't smart enough to just make somebody have to go. I was always volunteering myself to leave my own shit. Like when the police come, because if you call them, they're gonna be like, well, one of y'all gotta go. We tired of coming out here mediating shit. If we come back out here, somebody going to jail. So I would just leave, you know what I'm saying? And then try to come back later when shit calmed down.
You'd
But
be
if
the
that-
one to leave.
Yeah, but if that was me today, nah, boss, she got to go. This my shit. And, you know, you want to run up and scratch, because that's what they'll do. They'll ask you, where's the scratches or whatever. And if they don't see none on her and they see some on you, she going. This is a new day. They
You know
going.
what's
They're going to do
crazy?
less time than us, but they going.
You know what's crazy, Goo? Today, I was watching a bunch of, you know me on my boxing shit, and the Tank video came where he got arrested for the domestic dispute.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm watching this whole thing play out. They pull up to his crib. They ask him, you know, it seems like to be like she wants to dip with his vehicle, you know, not to get too much in their business, but I just watched the whole shit.
No, I seen that. I think I did see that like
Yeah,
a week or two
and
ago.
he's like, nah, that's my vehicle. I have a driver. If she wants to go somewhere, she just can't take my car. You know what I'm saying? Because I own it, even though she came in the vehicle or whatever. So the police were really antagonizing him, saying, oh, yeah, well, she drove it here, so it's her car. She was going to drive it back, as if they don't know what's going on or whatever. And then eventually they come back and go, yo, she said you hit her. Like, and he's like, he's sitting there with a mark on his eye. He don't want to be the one to be like, nah, she hit me, motherfucker, to be real.
And they seen the mark though the first time they was there.
Yeah, they did. You saw it. You saw the tape, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all that, fast forward, all that, they end up cuffing him, and then one of the cops starts getting aggressive with his manager. You know what I mean? Like, oh, what are you doing? What are you? When the other cop handed him the keys, he started trying to create a situation. But I say all that to say this: every part of that could have escalated. And you know what? At the end, what they didn't put is, they did put it that all charges were dropped.
Right.
Because she said she lied. She ain't say she lied, but that came out after she admitted.
Yeah, she admitted,
she lied, right? But look at all of those situations that could have transpired through that one little lie. How is there not a law protecting false claims to these kind of situations? Because it could have got ugly just with Tank arguing with the police, just with the manager. Luckily, they both kept their cool.
Yeah, no, it's been slowly, the tide's been slowly shifting. I've been seeing a couple false accusers been getting hit with shit.
Yeah.
It ain't no more just probations and fines and shit, but they've been getting hit with a little more like lately.
They
You know what I
should.
mean? So,
They should.
yes, you got to be held accountable. That's a big part of what'll change shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people be like, well, why y'all be focusing on the women all the time, Because men, if you look at the stats, have been improving. The unemployment, the jobs, the earning wage rate, I mean, like everything, you know what I'm saying? The only thing that hasn't really been going up is the marriages. And we need, you know, to do better with that. But it's like we need better options or either pick better people.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day,
I mean, marriages are down across the board in this country at large. You know, it's difficult. It's difficult.
It's a bad contract.
What's that?
It's a bad contract. It's a one-sided contract.
Yeah, it's a contract that was designed for medieval time. You know what I mean? Like not even like old times. It's not even contemporary. Like it don't really match up with how people live today. You know what I mean? But you know, I know people still make it work, and that's not to say that relationships aren't important, but that marriage contract be kind of bunk.
No. With the marriage contract, shit, this is how I feel about that shit.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. For sure. I don't like that shit. For sure, bro. Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
You a fool.
Man, I don't like that shit though. Drop a dime on them motherfuckers. But yeah, that's what we're doing. And that, I mean, this ain't that show, but that plays into politics and how we vote as black people, and especially on the city and local level. So, I mean, I see things changing though. I'm not gonna lie. It's a slow step. I might not be in my generation, but maybe my grandson can, have a fair chance at a family.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I think about it, because I'm lucky. I'm in a gainful relationship. I don't got to worry about the dating pool as much. But when Kendrick gets up, man, I can only imagine what the population of women are going to be on when he's out there looking to, try to find a significant other.
That is one of the reasons why I like having you on the show too, Brother Kyrie, because you are in a healthy, fruitful relationship, and you are every day hands-on in the house, out the house with your family, meaning your son too. So you know what I'm saying. It's a perspective that men need to hear, and you know what I'm saying. Like I said, I'm glad to have you on because of that, and I commend you as well. You know what I'm saying.
I appreciate that, and I don't ever want to make it seem easy. It's really hard, even with two people who love each other and get along most of the time. Like it's still hard to keep a family together today. You know what I mean? Because there's too many outs. Like at any point, if you know what I mean, like she's gainfully employed, I have my money.
Why?
Like
you know why
there's
it's too
no
hard?
need.
That's why it's too.
Whole cake. Whole cake. Hoes got to eat too, right? Right. You're right. That's right. Hoes got to eat.
And you know what I'm saying? Then you got OnlyFans, you got streetwalkers, you got scrippers putting shit
Yeah,
in
you know,
trying
even
to
outside of that, even you know, and there's that's a safety net for them. You know what I mean? Like OnlyFans is a safety net. Like you can never be doing too bad if you could get on the internet type of thing. But you know, even if they don't have that, even if they're just working a regular job, there's just women your woman don't need you ever. You got to find your woman has to find value in you for who you are and what you bring to the table. And I know it's hard to take time to work out, you know, to be a person with a good personality and all that stuff. Because niggas is working all the time. We always in school. We always doing. There's a mountain of entertainment that could distract you from becoming a better you. You know what I mean? So like, you know, we don't live in a society that's helping to build people that are good in relationships. Now, there's you know, men are held accountable for being bad at relationships. I think a little bit more than women. Like very rarely do you hear the story about like, yo, she effed it all up with her spending and all of these things and her social issues and her need to do this, and you don't hear those kind of stories. You know what I mean?
They happen. You just don't hear.
And they happening. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you know what?
Women be alcoholics too. You know what I mean? Like women, but men get held accountable for it. If you're a dude and you're an alcoholic in your relationship,
I'm seeing a lot more. Not to cut you off, brother. I'm seeing a lot more men with the fathers with the you know, with the children.
Oh yeah,
custody of the children. I see that a lot more. That used to be like a unicorn. Like
yeah, no, it's slowly changing, and it's funny because I've seen a lot of female judges call bullshit when on women in the court. Like, so I've seen that starting to kind of turn the tide a little bit. So yeah, that's turning to our favor slowly. So where men could actually have a fair chance to get the kids, because you already know if it's not for parental alienation, it would be for 50-50 custody. Just hurts their financial situation. I've had one of my exes tell me that, like, well, no, if we do 50-50 custody, then there's no child support. I'm like, yeah, he stays with you, stays with me. Anything that they need, of course, call me. But like, yeah, no, that's the fair. But I realize fair is a place where they judge pigs, and you know, you get your cotton candy and shit, ride on a little roller coaster.
well, and that listen, equality is not a word that people really say and mean it. You know what I mean? Like people like, I want it to be equal. It's like I don't think you recognize that you're getting the lion's share of it now. And equal means you're about to lose something. Not a lot of people realize that that time.
You're right on that one.
Yeah, you know, and honestly, I think that's there's no, I don't think that there's any real cultural remedy to this. Like, we just gotta, like, as men, when we see a woman who can be, you know, who can be grown with, we gotta, you know, really grow with them type of thing. You know what I mean? And deal with them as individuals, because there's going to be 1,001 stories that you can see where your girl did this and and we can get mad at them because they're partaking in behaviors that we don't particularly like. But I don't think we get anywhere with that, unfortunately. You know, we're gonna have to, because you know, as a society, because I don't think society is going to be like, yeah, let's hold women accountable. I don't know, man.
Well, it doesn't matter. That's what we're here for, and so there's different ways to do it. But I recommend the men hold the line, hold your woman accountable. You can't hold a woman that you don't have responsibility or authority over, and that's the problem with most women. Like, they want protection, but if you want protection, then that comes with a level of certain amount of authority that I should have over you. We go out in public and I tell you, stop. We leaving out this way and we leaving right now. We can't have a 2-minute conversation. Fuck that. We can't have a 30-second conversation about why. Why are you being so aggressive? Why? What? I'm like, nah, I'm grabbing your arm and we leaving. And I told you why. We're going this way.
What are we talking
right now?
about? You know what I'm saying? That's
like,
it.
So, and those things transcend over to simple shit as that top you got on. You look wonderful, but that's not the best look for where y'all going tonight. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what your friend's wearing, but what you got on, dial it back a little bit.
You know.
And so if that's another thing, if she tell you insecure when she do that, cut her off. Cut her off. hold the line. Hit her with that. We're not gonna do Earl Campbell again. Hit her with the Bo Jackson.
If a woman is pregnant, she tells me her water breaks. I ain't gonna ask her questions about it.
Yeah.
Are you there?
You looking for keys, right?
Oh, like I wouldn't know that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't get what the argument about it, but it's just they refuse to submit these days. The women of today, the modern day woman, which is nothing but a modern day woman, that's like a false narrative too. That's just an adult. That's just an adult. Like, I'm independent. No, you're an adult. You got to pay your bills. You got to feed yourself. That's what being an adult is. So I never understood that kind of terminology, but I don't know. You can't argue with these people.
And I do notice something like, and I don't want to overgeneralize. This is for all women. This is just something that I have anecdotally experienced multiple times with women that I tried to be in relationships with in the past. And that is they have poor father relationships, which sets them on the road to having certain issues with men.
Mm-hmm.
And along that road, they never realize that idea of your relationship with your father is very much tied up with the relationship to authority in general, which is why what we were talking about earlier with one of those clips is, it's not even just a gender issue where they don't like men or they can't listen. They have an issue with all authority, and it stems from a trauma from when they were younger. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, it's hard for people to deal with that. You know what I mean? It's hard for people to get around to addressing that, and without addressing that, they're never going to deal with any of the other knock-on issues that come with that, like the inability to deal with authority, the inability to differentiate between men who've hurt them and men who haven't hurt them yet.
But see,
you know what I mean? Give them the chance to be human in front of them.
Good point. Only thing that made me think of, it gave me they know how to behave when they want to go to get that white man dollar. They know how to behave when they in certain places when it's like a when it's beneficial type of scenario, like just like in the clip. Oh, girl, get to dropping tears and you wasn't doing all that when you was yelling and screaming and trying to punk the man. Then when he yelled back at you, oh, I guess I'm a horrible person. Like, come on with the woe is me shit, the victim party shit. Like you more mature, faster, you smarter, supposedly. You make more money than men, lie.
I don't think that's true no more.
I think that chick kind of, when her head hit the pavement, she realized and knocked some sense into her and realized, like, oh, what am I doing? I'm literally fighting a cop right now. This is a bad idea. And it all hit her at once.
Yeah, I gotta get a Sean Connery clip. I'd have played it right there.
You're crazy.
But yeah, it does feel manipulative at times because you do see like how do they operate in some spaces without getting triggered, but then every time they're in a interpersonal relationship, it's a problem. It's like I understand, but
who said it? I forget who said the line, but talk to me the way you talk to your white boss.
Facts. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but, I mean that comes off a little bit wrong because I'm not your white boss, I'm your man. You know what I mean? Like, but
no, they're not.
Respect.
That line is saying that you show more respect to that your
to that
boss
nigga than you do.
You submit to him, but you won't submit to your own man.
And I love you.
It's not like
for you. I'll take a bullet for you. He can cut your check off and fire your ass tomorrow.
White out, boss.
And also like we talk about the submissiveness of women, and I don't want people to take that away as a domineering thing. There's submissiveness on both sides of relationships. I gotta submit to my girl's whims when she wants something as well. So why is it that whenever it comes down for a woman to also then reciprocate a little bit of submissiveness
You
to
know what I think, Kyrie? This is
any
why.
other reason, it's a
Because
problem now.
well, this is what they think. They feel like what we do is compromise, and what we want them to do is submit. And I feel no, but I know
Semantics is the same thing.
but it's not. It is,
Making
but
a
it's not. It
differentiation
is,
between
but
something
it's
that don't
not. I don't
matter.
want a compromising woman.
Mhm.
I want a submissive woman. So it's close, but it's not the same. You know what I mean? I don't want a compromising woman. I want a submissive one. So it's different,
Yeah.
and it's different for men and women because we are different as people. That's why there's a hierarchy. And I don't want to get religious because I'm not the most religious person, but I was raised with a Christian background. So it would be the Most High, the man, the wife, then the child. And so just plus there's just a hierarchy to things. It doesn't matter. And honestly, that's why I'm like with this shit, they be like, well, I'm a boss babe. I won't date a man that makes less than me because he's going to be insecure. If you got more money than me, I'm the man of the house, the big piece of chicken mine. You don't have to cook every day because that's ludicrous. Men cook all the time, probably even better. So I don't know no man that don't never clean his house or don't never like, so that's, they just be just throwing shit out there. But now in those situations where they really do have to like do all the cooking, do all the cleaning and go to work and rub your feet and suck your dick, pause. They got to do all of that shit. Then that's some other shit. But that's not what really be going on though, bro. Like that don't be really going on. That's just like yesterday on the panel I heard.
Yeah, like I have never seen an unequal relationship like that in a long time. Like, you know what I mean? Like today, like, okay, maybe there was a time and place when women really could be like, yo, I'm more than just a house. Bro, I haven't seen a housewife in decades. Decades, bro. Since the 90s. We in 2024 right now. It's decades we going on.
Even then it was rare. That took a certain financial status to have
you
that.
go to another country and pick something up.
Okay. Yeah. That's not in America. You don't see that.
well, no. In America, like you bring them.
Yeah.
They don't know much. You just bring them. There's a lot of people bringing why? Because what women I gotta understand is all we want is peace.
Hey,
Why,
but they
you
gotta
know,
watch
some
out for
respect.
that
We don't care about your education.
No.
We don't care about none of that. So that's why we're able to go, yo, this woman just makes me feel good. Like,
But I don't want to make it seem like we don't care. Like if a woman wants to get her education and she's able to go out and get all of that and do that, awesome. And if she needs a little bit of help and support doing that, for sure.
But that comes with something.
Does that mean now that I'm no longer the man in this relationship? Because if that's what it means, then you're probably going to get some pushback. You know what I mean? Like you can't empower yourself at the expense of anyone else. The same way it wasn't right for men to empower themselves at the expense of women. Women shouldn't do that either. You know what I mean? Like if we're going to be in relationships, women can't just expect men to give up everything that they feel makes them substantive. You know what I mean? Like
the natural
men don't want to give up the substance of what they bring to the table.
The natural order says who's more powerful, and unfortunately for them, if they feel it's unfortunate, they're less powerful in most of the things that society deems more valuable. But that's just a societal type of, like, you know what I'm saying, structure scenario. Their femininity is their most powerful thing that they have.
Power comes in a lot of forms.
Women can get anything that they want. Wait,
go real quick. You're rating it. You're saying that the man is more powerful.
No, just I'm saying in the dynamics, the way society has shit set up. So, okay, men can do the more laborious jobs, can work longer, can fight. Why do you think men don't have a problem with financing a whole family, a whole household? There are women that will do that, but for the most part, women will not do that. And I don't blame them. I don't blame them. It's not by nature. When they do,
women aren't particularly good at that. Even when women make a lot of money, you can't. I haven't seen very many women personally. They are very productive, but when put into the role of like what a man would have to do, like in a traditional sense, like if I was the only breadwinner in my house, and my girl decided to stay home, I would be required to provide her money to do things because she's at home and I'm at work.
And you wouldn't have
put a woman in the position of making the money and the man staying at home, she will not give her man money to go do the things he likes to do. He'll have to go out and find a way to make money so that he can do the thing. So that's what I'm saying. It's very rare that it's an equal situation. You know what I mean? Like,
that word right there,
hold on.
That word bothers me because there's no equal. There is,
and that's why when you said,
there really isn't.
You said, do I rate in who's more? I'm telling you, Vulgar, yes. And the men here, women here, child here. Above us all is God. And that's the way it's said in the good book. And if you don't believe in that, there's other ways I could prove it.
I
But
believe more. I believe more is just different. You know,
right.
because
It
you
is
can say the
different,
birth,
okay,
giving birth
so
is more important than without birth, you're not even here. So that could be on the level of importance, and a man can't do that. You know what I mean?
Without
So
your seed, there's no birth to be had. There's a spark of life. Which comes first?
understood.
We can
There's
go there,
roles.
but
There's roles. Just like on a basketball team, there's roles.
got
And
it.
even if there's two superstars, let's say a Shaq and Kobe, they still have their role.
In relationships and
Shaq
family
is in the
dynamics,
paint.
but in relationship and family dynamics, that's a different way to look at it. And I would say that's off. Well, I can't say it's off, but I see where you're looking at it from. They're both players, partners on a team.
Yes.
No, I look at it as the man is head of the household. He's the coach. He's Phil Jackson. Yeah, I ask my players, this is what we got going on. This is a scenario. What's best? I think you should do X, Y, Z. And they give feedback, but at the end of the day, wait, let me finish. At the end of the day, the buck stops with me. The buck stops with me at the end of the day, and that's with every family. So once the nuclear family is set, something happens in the family and they get evicted, regardless, even if the wife fucked up all the money playing gambling and doing whatever, the man is going to be held responsible by her family, by his family, by the kids. They're going to look at the dad. Dad. So that's why I say that. When the chips fall at the end of the day, the person that takes the most responsibility and is going to be held accountable the most is the person that I think is in charge. That's who's in charge. Not saying that she doesn't have the same human value equally as a person. Yes,
You're
of course,
saying in a relationship.
but in the relationship, it's a structure. Yes, it has to be for any successful relationship. I would think that's why they would say the man of the house. But I mean, things are changing nowadays. But I'm saying what has worked, and when the families were striving, generally what was working would be the man would be the last line of defense. He's the last word. He gets the last word. He's the authority figure of the house. You know what I mean? That's why he's the authority figure of the house.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately that's how all structures work. You know what I mean? Like no team of people can operate without a centralized figure that's a leader. You know what I mean? So I think that in America, at least, that's typically the man, because men are taught the skills that are necessary. Even if they're not great people, they're given a lot of skills that are necessary for leading a household. You know, if women want to do that, it takes a very special woman.
Right.
But and it takes one that has not taken the typical path in our society, because the typical path in our society doesn't teach the woman the skills that she would need to do that. It's not even like a biological thing. I don't know as much. I don't think it's biological. It's just we have to actively learn and work at these things, because if not, then we're going to be left to what society is giving to us and presenting in front of us. You know what I mean? And in that case, women aren't going to be prepared. I'm sorry?
We say men need to learn how to be husbands. Women need to learn how to be wives.
Absolutely. Everybody needs to learn to play their role, for sure.
And that's what it comes back to roles. Like I said, I think head of household, like, what's the definition of it? Because a lot of the homes I grew up in, real quick, a lot of the homes I grew up in and going, Big Mama was running the house and there was no man in the house. So
that's why I'm saying that's what we need to get back to, the man being in the house, because these big mama households and these households, especially in the black community with big mamas, that's why I said, in my opinion, we've been living in a matriarchy, just in our community, not in the sense of the world, but every family decision pretty much in the neighborhood's been made by a black woman for the past 40 to 50 years. These are the results we have. The sexy reds, the blue faces. No, I'm just saying.
The Black American household has definitely. We went through, the crack era. It wasn't even because men didn't want to be there; they were being forcibly removed from the household. You know what I mean? So
it was the
while I appreciate the big mamas, as we're referring to them, or the women who took that position, I don't know if it led to the healthiest culture in the community. It was a necessity, but we need to acknowledge that we might need to course correct after decades of that. I think that's the important part.
That's what I was saying, Volker. Not that we haven't got to where we are, and that I love my grandma and I appreciate her strength and the things that she had to go through in life. But my granny would say that my grandfather was the head of the household. He just worked himself to death. That's why he wasn't there when I was going to Big Mama household.
For sure.
Where she started running. But
that's what I
watching
mean.
them, but watching them alive and in their dynamic, yeah, he would sit in his couch after he get on from work. He'd sit in his couch, drink his beer. She run the house, but yeah, she cook, and we come over. She be telling us what to do. We chill. We go holler at Papa. You know what I'm saying? But he did all the work. He chilling in. But even from his fucking lazy boy, he was running the house.
I know what you're saying.
His pension paid for shit. He retired. She worked. They built together. He came from the Air Force. He retired on the pension. He left money to her, but I'm saying he set the structure up to where she didn't have to work. She had to work together. First, it was like a 50-50 or however. I don't know what they who put in what, but I know he made more money than her when they were growing up.
Yeah, he probably back then it was probably significantly more.
Back then, but she helped out financially and to the point to where he was able to retire her. You know what I'm saying? And that's generally how the nuclear family works. But today they call that struggle love. Our women call that struggle love. Oh, I gotta work with a nigga that want me to pay any kind of bills.
But that's a woman who don't want to work to begin with. Like that's just bad. Yeah, people who think like that, unfortunately, they just need to be single. Be single for the rest of your life, but don't think that you can be in a healthy union in this big old year of our Lord 2024 and not be an equal contributor. You know what I mean? Unless you want to be subservient to your man, which I don't know. This is most women. A lot of women in that genre want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to be taken care of and also be empowered, and it's like it don't really work that way. Because a nigga who's going to take care of you is not going to empower you. A nigga who's going to empower you is a nigga who's going 50-50 with you. Yeah. That's how that works.
We respect that you work and we respect that you getting money, that you're bringing money to the household. But that line you said, the buck stops here. That's like mainline shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think women just need to. I just mean the man. You could pick the drapes. You could decorate the house. All right, that's all you. All right, cool. I'm submitted to you, and that I'm what are you saying? I'm compromising in that situation. All right, cool. Because it doesn't really. But when this person, no, that's not happening.
Right, the big ass person,
and I shouldn't get no pushback from that. You know what I'm saying? You've been deciding everything. I'm letting you have everything. I don't really care for much, but when I say fall back, it's time to fall back.
That's
one thing I will say. I don't know.
So, Volker, that's all I was saying, and it sounds like you agree. That's all I was saying. I'm not saying no dictatorship, authoritarian. Like, nah. Like I said,
no. I just wanted to clarify because I knew I agree with you, but you kind of clarify that because the buck stops with me. It's like a woman to hear that and think every decision has to end with your say or something. Nah, the buck means the main shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the main shit. Yes,
and it shouldn't really be argued with. Yo, my daughter's not wearing that, and I'm just using that as an example.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we're not even going to talk about.
I don't have kids,
so but no, I got you though. But shit like that, yeah, we shouldn't even have.
Like, nah, she's not wearing that to school.
And people don't understand is like kids push boundaries, and just in reference to the example that you use, because that's one that women love to stand on. Like, don't comment on what I wear, can't control what I wear, stuff like that. And it's like, I get it, but when you're talking about kids, young ladies. They're in a stage of their life where they're pushing boundaries. All kids are pushing boundaries, boys and girls. So of course they're going to choose to make bad decisions because they're finding out where that boundary is. And if you're not there to show them where that boundary is, they're going to find out where that boundary is on the street. And that's not good. And that's not safe. And that's not, you know what I mean? Like, that's also bad parenting. It's not overbearing. It's bad parenting not to give your kids boundaries, you know? And a lot of women don't like that. They struggle with that when they were younger. And they carry that with them. Yeah. Yeah. I have one. I have a son.
So yeah, you're right. You're right on head. That's part of the reason, like I said, they grow up to the grown ass age and still have a problem with authority. But I was really tripped off for that when the Brody sent me the clips and was like, check these out. And I was like, this sound like they arguing with a man that they're in a relationship with. This the police. Fuck out of here, bro! Don't like. Are you serious? And then when they come home, they're gonna be like, the police. They abused me. Get a lawyer. Like,
yeah. I mean, those clips, those women, they have a long journey ahead of them because they're gonna need some professional help to get out of that mindset. But going back to what we were talking about with, like, the man and the buck stops at him, and that used to be a mindset that was pretty standard. Like, most women knew, if I'm either alone or if I'm going to be with a man, I'm going to have to respect him to a certain degree. That used to be like a normal practice, but
They
today
started making money.
it's still necessary to have that structure today, but women don't have the wherewithal to carry that into the relationship. And so one thing I will say for men is that we we're gonna have to earn it from them now. Even if you are earning it, even if you haven't done anything wrong, it's gonna take. So we have to be expecting to be in these relationships with these women for long periods of time. You know what I mean? Like,
No, I don't know what
when
you
you
mean.
meet that
So
one, when
earn
you
it.
meet that one.
What do you mean by earn it, and how long period of time before it's earned? And what are you
When
talking
I
about?
say earn it,
Break
so I'm
down a
saying
little
it's not like when I say earn it, it's with the air quotes, because you should, if you have someone's going to give you respect, it's hard to earn respect. People give you respect if they feel like you're acting respectful. You know what I mean? Um, but you're going to have to show them that you are capable of them being vulnerable enough to give you that control. Women are so married to and so like entitled to this control that if you want to have a healthy relationship with a woman today, it's going to take you a long time to earn that from them. And some of them will give it to you. Like, I've seen over the 7 years I've been with my girl, like, let me tell you, she wasn't for the streets, but she had a lot of those proclivities, those mindsets that are just like, girl, you're not even thinking, because that don't even make sense. But over time, I've earned, you know what I mean, through showing her, like, I've made good decisions. I've, what I mean, consistently been on the path with her. And so, despite, her not always seeing eye to eye with me, I've kind of earned it in her eyes that she trusts me when I'm like, nah, we're
How
going
old
to
were
stop
y'all
this
when y'all met?
conversation real quick because you're going down the wrong road, and I don't want to do that with you. You know what I mean? She
How old were y'all when
really
y'all met?
trusts me.
Just so we have some context.
She was 29 and I was 34.
She was 29 and you were 34.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's a grown up.
And
But
I'm
I
not
see what you're
saying,
saying, because they're 5 years removed from their wild days, and they,
yeah.
it
And
gets
I'm
a
not saying
little
that this is a
murky.
situation where men should have to earn this. I'm just saying that if we want to make it work with the women in this scenario, we're gonna have to grab some good ones and work on them, because none of them is gonna be perfect. None of them are gonna be perfect when it comes to
that
that.
right there. I can definitely agree with that right there. But I'm not recommending a man to go into a relationship focusing on earn it. Because my thing is, we
No,
hold on.
you go into the relationship thing to
Let
know
me get it
someone.
in.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
had a
yeah.
little run. Let me get a little.
Okay.
Let me try to cook something up and shit. I got some ingredients and shit. They was on wholesale. So earn it. I get the premise of earning it. I know. At first, I thought you meant a different way. So I understand once you broke it down. But what I want to say is that's not what I would tell a young man, to go into a relationship focusing on dealing with today's modern day women, especially if we know how they are. And I'm pretty sure this young man is in their age range and in their group. My son knows what he's working with and what he's dealing with. So I wouldn't tell him to go in as earning anything, because that's part of the problem. Females feel like you have to prove something, show something, go above and beyond, and do X, Y, Z. We hold the gateway. We hold the key to the relationship. So they are the ones who have to earn the relationship from us. Now, as far as keeping the relationship, I get what you're saying, but they wouldn't get to the point to be like, yo, what are we doing? So we've been, kind of dating. I've even given you the box. So that's what I was saying. I was thinking when you said that they'll make you earn X, Y, Z, but shoot, you already gave me the box. So in my head, I
No,
earned it
you're right.
already.
And
I'm not done. Hold on. In my head. So in my
okay,
head, I was like, I earned that already. So my thing is, I tell men, focus on being the best you can be. And that's all financial, physical, just, understanding, and work on your downs, your paths, and work on your motherfucking trauma. So, you know what I'm saying? Talk it over with your boys, get some therapy. I recommend, if you're a man, get a male therapist. And that's just, me. But all of that being said, if she's to the point to where she's asking you, what are we going here? Where are we going with this relationship? What are we doing? That means she has enough respect for you, or at least inquiring and has that respect to give her the relationship that she wants if you vetted her properly. And I'm saying all of this to say that you've already vetted her. She's not a 304. She's not, you know what I'm saying, one of the ones. Hold on. She's not
Okay.
So if she's not that, we good. You know what I'm saying? So but I get to earn it. But I was saying that would come hold on, last thing I want to say, that would come more throughout the whole relationship if you want to keep that relationship. You know what I'm saying? But my thing is set your boundaries. It's more important for you as a man to have boundaries and make sure she walks within those boundaries. And I'm pretty sure you know her boundaries and you would have to stay within those. So I'm not just saying you just run and do whatever you want to do. No. But what happens is women test, like you said, they're going to test you. Women tend to test these boundaries and cross these lines more than men, and men tend to overlook them because we love differently. I would say men love closer to unconditionally than women do. You know what I'm saying? Women be in business, men be in love. I'm going to end it right there.
Yeah, no, and I agree, because just one caveat to what I was saying is, see, I think that's really good advice for the courtship phase. You know what I mean? What I was saying was post-courtship. This is after you guys have decided that this is something that you want to do together. No red flags have gone up in the first 6 months. So you're right. Off the rip, that is definitely not the mindset you want to have courting a woman. No woman wants to feel like, you know, you're looking too long term off of the beginning. So you're right. I was just more saying, like, after the fact, if you've established that this is someone who you might want to build it with, just know part of that building is going to include you getting her to get over those issues.
You back?
Yeah, I'm on stuff.
Where the boss man go? What happened here?
Ooh, I think he might have. Yeah, it might have been his internet.
Oh shit! So you were saying no?
Yeah.
So no, how does this work? We're not streaming no more. We're still live.
No, we're on because the stream is hosted on the server. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, Charlemagne, we live.
We on? Oh, snap.
I appreciate y'all for popping up, man. This is a good conversation. Volga, we doing more of these, man. We're gonna have some during the week. They'll be during the day before, like they'll start at like around 10, between 10 and 1, and they'll be done by 2. And then on the weekends, we're doing them Saturdays, every Saturday between 3 and 4. So I mean,
well,
both
let me
of you
get
guys are welcome.
Hit me up after. No freaky, so I could get this camera you got. I'm not gonna be doing this VHS quality shit while you crispy and shit, man.
I know I might have to do the same, man.
No, look right here. Look, y'all pretty clear over here.
Okay.
Because on my end, Kyrie, you real crispy. Volga, you just need to take one of them wet wipes to the back of your camera or something.
Nah, this is my laptop camera.
Oh, that's why. Nah, yeah, that's why I don't use mine. For some reason, the laptop, I don't know.
It's a garbage camera. Apple did people dirty with that. You're right. I should have used my phone.
Yeah, the iPhone be pretty crispy. I'll be on the iPhone when I use it. Yeah, that's what I used to record.
The laptop was just so much more convenient. I read your text late, and I just was like, I just jumped on. No freaking.
No, it is. It is a lot more convenient. But yeah, man. It was a good talk. I think we mined through it. Now go ahead. We're gonna do the last thoughts, some closing statements, anything. Go ahead, Volga. You good?
No, I don't really have nothing. Let me cook something up.
All right, go ahead. You can start it off, Kyrie. Last thoughts.
Okay, yeah, no, just, you know, we definitely identified. I mean, there's, you know, we're gonna be dealing with women, you know, who come from all kinds of trauma and issues on their own. Our best bet of dealing with them is trying not to overgeneralize when we deal with them, because, you know, everyone's gonna buck against that. You know what I mean? Like, we've identified that there's some issues in the community between the relations between men and women. I just think that our best bet is to, as you said before, stay the line. You know what I mean? Don't let it get us out of character. You know what I mean? Like we see how some of these women act online, and I'm sure that there's equally as many videos of men acting crazy, but in particular, we're focusing on these because they hit close to our community, and our best bet is to try not to overgeneralize these bad examples and let that get us out of character, because we have to lead these relationships. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that women are going to lead our relationships to a better place without us. You know what I mean? And so it's gonna be us writing that ship. And so with that responsibility, with that power comes great responsibility, as they say in Marvel. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's about it. I think the problem might not be ours all the time, but it is ours to fix, unfortunately.
No, I totally understand and agree with a lot of that, honestly, because like you said, we men, we the leaders. That's what I was saying. So like I said, a lot of that
The
authority
buck
comes
stops
with
at us. You know what I
responsibility.
mean?
So I'm gonna give you one of the
Sensational.
Well, I disagree. No, I'm just saying
Okay.
I don't disagree. I don't
Now
but
I'm always down for dissenting voices, yo.
it's not a disagreement. It's more of just a different perspective.
Okay.
If the buck stops with us, men need to stop simping as much as they do. That's really the issue. That's the only thing you really can control. You can't control these women. It is what it is. Therapy can't control them. You don't speak their language. Therapists don't speak their language. So they got to get their stuff together too. You know what I'm saying? And men, work on yourself. Work on yourself. Stop accepting all this bullshit that they give you, just because, listen, at the end of the day, pussy more accessible than ever. Pussy more accessible than ever. I remember as a little kid, one of my older cousins had like a cutout of a female. It was from a like a little nudie magazine and shit. Oh, we took turns looking at that shit. You took
It's
turns like,
everywhere
yo,
now.
turn looking at it. Like, nah, man, you two get out of here, dog. Yo, check this out. Now you can look up squirters and as a 10-year-old. So they're numb to all of this. So
You ain't lying.
they're very easy to attain, fellas. So don't be accepting the nonsense, because women only doing what you allow them to get away with. Because I don't have those issues. So
yeah, you get one.
Sensational.
Facts. I agree. I would say, to surmise what Kyrie was saying, at the end of the day, men, the buck stops with you. You're responsible. If you want the authority and the leadership, then you have to come with it comes with the level of accountability you have to have. And Vulgar, I would say, brother, stop simping. You're killing the game.
They are though. Like,
for real, that's what I would surmise from that. And then I would want to say,
it sounded like you were saying it to me though. Like the way
oh no.
You gotta do the air quotes he talked about earlier.
Yeah,
Bring those
let me get with these alligator teeth and shit, but yeah, snake teeth and shit. But yeah, so I would say the only thing that I where I thought you was going with it, Kyrie, or not thought, you meant what you said, but that's the only thing I disagree with is the overgeneralization of it all. The world works in general, so we kind of have to, speak the way it is. I don't want to like get caught on the fence. Remember last time we were saying like that's one thing that we don't want to do, and I got this from my boy Hamp, DJ Hamp. At this might be risky. I don't want to use some and maybe, yes, no, more or less. Which one? And I think it's more of our women than less. So that's why when I say most women are women in general, the world works in generals or whatever. But everything else you said was right on point. And I was saying, even if we're overstating it, like the women have been overstating us for years. Men ain't trash, men ain't shit, y'all uneducated, y'all broke. More men are in jail than in college, which is all lies. But we've improved over the past 30 years. The numbers on men's incarceration, college, education, earning is Everything's improved except for marriage. So we've taken heed to that. So I think it hasn't been that long. So if we keep putting the pressure on them, hold the line, I think it'll work. Ain't nothing wrong with generalizing shit. That's the way the world works. That's why you don't see Braille everywhere and shit, because most people ain't blind. So, you know, it ain't nothing wrong with generalizing. But I get what you're saying. I don't want to put it on everybody, but that's another thing.
We all got anecdotes.
Yeah,
and we all got stories that we can use, but that's
I know. I just don't let those things destroy relationships that you have now, because I've seen so many times an argument will happen and she's literally arguing shit that I never even did, and I'm just like, because you're talking about shit you saw. You're not talking about, and that's what I mean by overgeneralizing. Like, we don't want to project all of the, because the internet is full of bad shit for us to sit there and store and apply to any given situation.
Well, I would tell men not to have that
anyone,
conversation
you know?
anyway. If you're having a conversation with a person that's arguing about something they saw but not something you did, that's a conversation or argument that they want to have in bad faith, and cut that shit at the bud. Like, you know what I mean?
I'm saying that happens a lot. I think that happens a lot.
What happened, Logan?
I had a woman argue with me over a dream she had.
Oh my.
Yeah, you see, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Let's make sure we always put people in front of us.
Good morning. Say that. Good morning.
Yeah.
What are we talking about right now?
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas. For sure. I don't like that shit. For sure, bro.
You don't like that shit.
Yeah, now when I say just, I want to stay away from overgeneralizing things, is so that we could always be addressing what we're actually looking at, and not using, like, things, that information that maybe apply to our opinions, but maybe aren't particularly relevant to the situation at hand. That's all I was getting at. But you're right. We utilize information from a broad array of places to make our assumptions. So everything's a generalization to some degree.
Yeah. No, I get it, but that's why in dating, I would tell them to balance that out, vet properly. So that's why I always say vet properly, look for the red flags, don't ignore the red flags because she got a fat ass and she's light skinned or she got long hair. So I would say vet properly. That way, it minimizes your risk sometimes, not sometimes.
And as a young man, there's nothing wrong with turning down women. As a young man, you can turn women away. Not every woman who wants you should have you. You know what I mean? Like,
Kyrie, that's how you say your name, brother? Kyrie?
Kyrie, yeah.
Kyrie?
Yeah.
So listen, brother. Turning down women is the most powerful weapon you can have as a man. Turn a couple down and see what happens.
Bro, it took me a long time to learn that. My dad taught me a lot of things. He didn't teach me that, and it wasn't until I got older in age that I realized, like, oh, if I act like I'm not interested in this girl, she's going to double down trying to get my attention.
You can't get this dick. You gotta tell him sometimes. No freaking. You can't. You
It ain't free. It ain't free.
You thought you could get this dick.
There's levels, and you're not on it.
That's crazy.
I think that vet them, and don't be ashamed to turn some down, because trust me, women are turning down men that they don't want. So it's like, I definitely remember growing up thinking that I had to knock down everything that was possible.
Women are turning down men they want.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Facts. And then they try to go back.
They got their little homegirl in their ear. They're turning down men they want. Forget men they don't want.
So good
looking. So that's what I want my message to be: is young men, don't be afraid to turn down ones that are giving you red flags. It'll save you time and effort in the future.
That's what's up. All right, appreciate y'all. We're gonna do it again next weekend. Pause. Hopefully y'all can pull up. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have another show next week. I'll send the topics out, and everything will be posted and shit. I appreciate you, Volga. Appreciate you, Kyrie. Good looking. I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all down and shit.
All right, for sure. If you want to find me, you can catch my podcast, Heron's Home Podcast, on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Patreon, touch base. We talk about other stuff, you know what I mean? More, entertainment and politics, We save the social stuff for here with Goo, you know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Also, you could you should put it
about that.
You should put your podcast right there under your name.
I saw what
I should update that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, listen. I feel bamboozled. It is your show, Goo. I get it. But you got the HD camera, you got the background, you got the microphone, you got your name with the @ under. Send the kit. before
Nah, you
you
can do
send
that
the
easily
invite.
because
Send the
all you gotta
kit.
do when you tap in, all you gotta do is put whatever social you wanted at the bottom or whatever you
No,
wanted
I
to
know
say.
that now. I was under the gun when I signed on. I ain't even have this little thing we're on right here, whatever this shit is.
I'm sure by next month you'll be a vet, bro. And we're gonna have a lot more people watching. We got up to like 10 people today. I appreciate all of y'all that took the time to tap in for a
Hey
little
man,
10,
that was
20
too much
minutes.
good content for 10 people, man.
Nah, but what happens is on the double back,
Yeah.
it's gonna get like 300 to 500 on the replay and shit. So hopefully we growing though. We've been growing.
3 to 5,000.
We've been growing. We've been
Yeah.
growing.
Don't
But
trip.
this the second live show, you know. So the other videos we put up get a
I'm glad
little
I
more
could join,
traction.
my brother. You know, I'm always here. If I'm available, I got it. This laptop will be with me. So even
All
if
right.
I'm on the road, now that I know how this works, you know what I'm saying? I
Yes,
just need
sir.
a laptop, some Wi-Fi, and a comfortable chair.
Well, I appreciate both of y'all brothers, man. I'm gonna go ahead and drop y'all out the studio and we'll tap
Thank you
in.
for having me, man.
All right,
Peace
brother.
out.
All right. That's another show. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with us. I'm gonna put links to the videos that we watched. I'm also gonna put links to both of the good brothers down below. Johnny Vogel, very talented artist, musician, actor, producer. His link will be down there. Kyrie has the podcast. I mean, it's a lot of shit that grown men could get out of his podcast. I think that'll like balance you out in a worldview and just help you be more balanced as an individual. Talking points, talking information, subjects to talk about. Men, that's a good channel to tap into. I'm gonna put the link also in the description. Shit, ain't nothing else I want to say. While you bullshitting, see you next week.